Everyone says that Pittsburgh's affordable, but here's what almost no one tells you. Pittsburgh isn't just affordable, it's one of the smartest, most sustainable financial moves that you can make in 2026. Not because everything is cheap, but because the categories that matter most, housing, taxes, utilities, job opportunities, stay stable, predictable, and shockingly reasonable compared to major metros. Hey, I'm Diane McConaghy. I've helped almost 800 families buy and sell homes over the past 12 years, and one thing I've learned is this: nobody wants cheap, everyone wants value. Pittsburgh gives you that better than almost any other metro. So today, I'm walking you through the real cost of living in Pennsylvania in 2026. We'll talk about housing, utilities, taxes, job market, and the best affordable neighborhoods that still offer an incredible quality of life. I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll know if Pittsburgh fits your lifestyle and your wallet. Let's start with possibly your biggest expense, housing. This is where Pittsburgh becomes a huge financial win for a lot of folks. Right now in the Pittsburgh metro area, the median listing home price is about $250,000 to $300,000. That tracks with the 2025 housing market data from National Listings. That number has been rising slowly, but it's still significantly lower than many other major metros across the country. To give you more context, Pittsburgh has been reported as one of the most affordable large housing markets in the United States, with median prices well below the national median. Now, of course, if you look at some of the higher end neighborhoods or suburbs, the ones with walkable downtowns or top-rated schools, you will see higher price points. For example, in some areas closer to the city or in highly competitive neighborhoods, the median home price might sit closer to $300,000 to $400,000 or more, depending on the specific location and the home type. But even when you're looking at those slightly higher figures, the relative affordability is still clear when you compare Pittsburgh with cities like Boston, DC, Seattle, or major California metros. This means that people moving here from those areas can often reduce their housing costs by a significant amount, while getting more space, more comfort, and often a yard or a basement. And here's something I want you to really hear. In 2026, affordability isn't just about how much a home costs today. It's about how stable that market is over time. Pittsburgh's housing market tends to move gradually and steadily without the wild ups and downs that you often hear about in other parts of the country. That stability gives buyers a sense of confidence that they're not walking into extreme volatility. Now, with that said, we are seeing modest price increases, and that's normal in any city where people want to live near the things that they love. So if you've been thinking about making a move, buying sooner rather than later can often be the smarter decision. You can get in ahead of the future price growth while enjoying a market that's still far more accessible than most major metropolitan areas. Now, let's talk about one of those expenses that almost everyone underestimates when they're planning a move, and that's utilities. It's really easy to focus on the big items like housing or groceries, but once you actually move in, those smaller monthly bills start rolling in. And I always say, the more prepared you are, the smoother that transition feels. So let's walk through what most people in Pittsburgh can expect to pay in 2026 based on current utility costs throughout the region. Now, of course, your exact bill will depend on your home size, how efficient it is, how warm or cold you like to keep things, and how many people live there. But here's a realistic range many households see. Electricity. Most residents in the Pittsburgh area spend somewhere around $100 to $125 a month on electric service. That lines up with current electric rate data for Pennsylvania, which places the average residential bill at just over $100 a month. Heating and natural gas. This one can fluctuate throughout the year. In the fall and in the winter, when the heater is running, it's common to see monthly gas bills between $70 and $120. Pennsylvania homes rely heavily on natural gas for heating, and these numbers match what most residents report paying seasonally. Water and sewage. For most households in Pittsburgh, combined charges for water, sewer, and stormwater fall in the range of $80 to $100 a month, according to the published residential rates of the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. But here's the good news. Even when you factor in these utilities, the total cost of housing plus utilities in Pittsburgh remains dramatically lower than what many people pay for housing alone in other major cities. And that is one of the most hidden costs of living wins that doesn't always show up in the calculators, but your bank account definitely notices it. But cost of living is only one piece. Where you live, how you live, your commute, your schools, It all matters. That's why I created my Pittsburgh Relocation Guide. It's updated for 2026 and covers the neighborhoods, schools, cost of living, and everything people wish they knew sooner. It's linked in the description, so scan the QR code on your screen. Let's get back to the video. Now let's talk about taxes. The first thing you should know is that property taxes vary depending on the municipality. That means that different townships, boroughs, and school districts have different tax rates. Overall, Allegheny County falls in the middle range, not the lowest in Pennsylvania and not the highest. What most people appreciate, though, is that the rates tend to be stable and stability makes planning so much easier. Then we have state income tax. Pennsylvania has a flat income tax rate of 3.07% for everyone. Now there's also something called the local wage tax, and this is where Pittsburgh adds its own layer. If you live within the city of Pittsburgh, the wage tax is right around 3%. If you work in the city but live outside of it, the rate is lower. It's important to know this up front so that you can see how it fits into your monthly take-home pay. And here's the part that people absolutely love. When we talk numbers, Pennsylvania does not tax retirement income. That includes Social Security, pensions, and withdrawals from retirement accounts. For retirees or anyone planning ahead for retirement, that is a major financial advantage. It's one of the reasons Pittsburgh and the surrounding suburbs are consistently popular with people looking for a more affordable, long-term place to live. Are you thinking about relocating to the greater Pittsburgh area? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me right, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. Now let's move into something just as important as the cost of living, and that is income. Here in the greater Pittsburgh region, the latest data shows that the median household income is right around $74,000 a year. And that pairs really well with Pittsburgh's overall cost of living, which tends to sit slightly below or right near the national average, depending on the category. But what really makes Pittsburgh stand out, and this is something a lot of people don't realize until they begin digging in, is the mix of industries that contribute to that income. This region is not built on just one sector. It's balanced in a way that gives people options. We have strong employers across healthcare, education, finance, and technology. Some of the biggest names that you'll hear about include UPMC, one of the largest healthcare systems in the entire country. PNC Financial Services, a major national bank headquartered right here. Carnegie Mellon University, known worldwide for engineering and computer science. And the University of Pittsburgh, a leading research institution. Those anchor institutions alone provide thousands of jobs in medical care, research, administration, and professional fields. And then there's the innovation side of Pittsburgh that gets a lot of attention. The city has a growing presence in robotics, autonomy, artificial intelligence, and advanced manufacturing. The Pittsburgh Robotics Network and the startup ecosystem here have helped create hundreds of opportunities in robotics and AI. There are constantly dozens of openings for roles like robotics technician, AI developer, and automation engineer. Now, to be fair, Pittsburgh tech scene is not the same size as Silicon Valley or Seattle. The pace is a little more measured, but there are still plenty of opportunities for people with specialized skills, and many of these roles offer salaries that are very competitive once you factor in Pittsburgh's lower cost of living. So, what does all of this mean for someone who's thinking about relocating? It means that you are not trading affordability for opportunity. You get a job market that is diverse, stable, and growing, paired with a cost of living that gives you room to breathe. And that combination is exactly why so many people are looking at Pittsburgh right now for both quality of life and long-term financial stability. Let's get into the fun part, the neighborhoods. These are the areas that give you that really special mix of affordability and a high quality of life. And honestly, this is where Pittsburgh shines. People move here and say, I didn't know neighborhoods like this still existed. So here are some of my top choices for 2026 if you're looking for value and lifestyle. Number 1, Greenfield. Greenfield is such an underrated gem, and I say that all the time. You are literally minutes from Squirrel Hill and Oakland, some of the most desirable parts of the city, but you're not paying those price tags. Most homes here they fall between $220,000 and $250,000, which is incredibly reasonable considering how close you are to the universities, hospitals, shopping, parks, and major job job hubs. It's quiet, it's convenient, has great parks, and the appreciation has been steady. So if you want city living without the stress of the city pricing, Greenfield should absolutely be on your radar. Number 2, Dormont. Dormont has that small town feel in a walkable city adjacent package, tree-lined streets, cafes, a fun food scene, a real sense of community. You just feel it when you walk around. Most homes come in around $300,000 to $310,000, and here's the big perk. You have direct light rail access into downtown. So if you want affordability, convenience, charm, and a neighborhood where people are out and about walking dogs and chatting with neighbors, Dormont is a fantastic fit. Number 3, Ross Township. Now, if you're leaning a little more suburban, Ross Township is a wonderful option. The schools are strong, the resale value is consistently solid, and you get that peaceful suburban feel without being far from the city at all. Home prices typically land between $250,000 and $310,000, which is impressive considering the school district quality and the overall amenities that you get. It's one of those places where you can really settle in long term and feel like you've made a smart financial decision. These 3 neighborhoods, Greenfield, Dormont, and Ross Township, they offer some of the highest quality of living for the most reasonable price points in the Pittsburgh area. They're the places where people tell me, I finally feel like I can breathe again, because they get the home, the neighborhood, and the lifestyle without stretching their budget to the limit. So let's bring this all home. People ask me all the time, is Pittsburgh really affordable? And my answer is yes, but not because it's cheap. Pittsburgh is affordable because it gives you stability. Your housing costs make sense here. Utilities stay manageable. Taxes are predictable. The job market is strong and diverse enough to support different lifestyles. And the neighborhoods, you can still find places where the quality of life is genuinely incredible without spending your entire paycheck to get it. That combination, stability, value, lifestyle, is exactly why so many people are choosing Pittsburgh as their next home. If you found this video helpful and you want to learn even more about what it's really like living here in Pittsburgh, make sure that you download your free location guide in the description below. It will save you hours of research and help you avoid the biggest mistakes that people make when relocating. And if you're moving in the next 3 to 12 months, reach out anytime. I help people relocate to Pittsburgh every single week, and I would love to walk you through the neighborhoods that fit your lifestyle and your budget. And if you're curious about how different parts of the city compare, watch this next video where I break down some of the best and the not so great neighborhoods in Pittsburgh. Trust me, a few of them might surprise you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.